You know that feeling of financial stress, right? That little knot in your stomach? But what if the reason for it isn't what we've all been told? What if it's not really about how much money you make, but when you get it? Today, we're going to dive into this idea called pay a line, and it's a completely different way of looking at how we manage our money.
And this is the line that really changes everything. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a timing problem. Just think about that for a second. It completely flips the script from, I need to earn more, to, wait, I just need my money to show up at the right time.
So what does that actually mean in the real world? I mean, how can timing possibly be a bigger deal than the actual amount of cash you have? Well, here's the real problem. For so many of us, especially busy professionals, it's not that we're out there spending like crazy. It's this incredibly frustrating mismatch. Your money comes in on one schedule, but your bills, well, they're in a totally different one. They're just completely out of sync. And that's the heart of the conflict, isn't it? Your bills just don't care when you get paid. The rent is due on the 1st, the car payment, the 15th. They show up like clockwork, and they could care less if your paycheck isn't hitting your account for another week.
So this whole mismatch creates something we can call the cash flow gap. It's that really stressful window of time where bills are due, your money's already spoken for, but the actual cash hasn't landed in your account yet. And this timeline, oh man, this is a week that a lot of people know all too well. You've got rent due on the 1st, utilities on the 3rd, insurance on the 5th, but your paycheck, your relief, doesn't get there until the 7th. That whole week is just this tense waiting game where you're just hoping and praying you don't get hit with an overdraft fee.
Yeah. And that gap, it's not just some logistical problem on a calendar, right? That gap creates very, very real financial stress. It's that anxiety, that feeling of constantly refreshing your banking app, just wondering if you're about to get dinged with some painful fee. Which brings us to the price of bad timing. And believe me, it's a lot more than just a few days of feeling stressed out. It has real, actual costs.
I mean, look at these hidden costs. First, you get slapped with overdraft fees, which is literally a penalty for your money not being in the right place at the right time. Then you've got late payment penalties. You end up having to lean on high-interest credit cards just to bridge that gap, and all the while, humming in the background, is this constant draining financial anxiety.
So here's the absolute crucial takeaway. For many people, this is not a spending problem. It's not a sign that you need a stricter budget. It is a cash flow timing problem. And that reframes everything. It makes it a systems problem, not some kind of personal failure.
Okay, so if timing is the problem, how in the world do you fix it? This is where we get to the pay a line solution, and it's all about making a fundamental shift from constantly reacting to finally being proactive.
Just look at this comparison. Most of the finance apps we use, they're like historians, you know? They just track what's already happened. They give you a report card on your past spending. The pay a line idea is totally different. It's about being a strategist. It's about solving the problem before it even happens.
The whole strategy behind this is called income-expense synchronization. Now, I know that sounds like a fancy, complicated term, but it's actually a really simple idea. You just align your bill due dates with your paydays. That way, the money is always there right when you need it.
So how does this actually work in practice? Let's just break it down. First, a system like this would track all of your reoccurring bills, everything from rent to your Netflix subscription. Second, and this is the absolute magic of it, it helps you align your due dates with your paydays, shifting them around where you can. Third, it shoots you an alert before a charge is about to hit, so you're never caught by surprise. And finally, it flags anything that looks a little off, like maybe a duplicate charge or a sudden price increase.
And what happens when you put a system like this into place? Well, you get a completely new financial flow. All that chaos, all that guesswork, it just starts to melt away. This quote really just says it all. Stop reacting and start planning. It's about taking back control. It's about going from being a worried passenger in your own financial life to being the one in the driver's seat. So what's the actual outcome? What do you get for all this? Well, you get predictable cash flow. You get way fewer, if any, overdraft fees. You get no more nasty bill surprises. And the thing we're all really after, you get genuine financial peace of mind. And that's the end goal, really. Money just moves when it should. It sounds so simple, but it represents this incredibly powerful shift to a system that's finally working for you, not against you. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Seriously, take a look at your own bills, your own payday schedule, and just ask yourself this one question. Could smarter timing change your financial life?